Now, this is part 3 of chapter 2, going from pages 46 to 56. And I had mentioned before this term grammatical morphemes, and like the plural S. There's also like possessive S, like John's house, or the boy's bicycle, and that apostrophe S. And obviously that's going to be different across languages. Again, ing, ed endings, third person singular we talked about. Also helping verbs like do and can, and the be verb as a helping verb. Those are all considered grammatical morphemes as well. And we talked about negation and question formation. And there's also, as far as questions, there's tag questions like, this is yours, isn't it? Or, you don't like that, do you? Obviously that's going to take some work for students, but they kind of enjoy that because it's interesting to them. We have negative questions like, you don't like that. Or, isn't this yours? Or, can't we go now? Call those negative questions. We also have embedded questions like, can you tell me where the library is? Or, I forgot where she lives. That's just a noun clause, but it has to be a question. Like, can you tell me, where she lives? So as you can see, questions become complex in English. And I mentioned negatives as well, because for example, in Spanish, it's always no, no, no. But like in English, we have, I don't know, or, he is not here right now. So putting that not or the no in the right place can be complex. Not to mention with the helping verb do, we have like don't, didn't. And also possessive determiners, which are also called possessive adjectives, which is just a fancy word for basically, my car, his house, our. That can be difficult as well in English. A lot of languages, surprisingly, a lot of students confuse his and her. And I've noticed that with Chinese speakers, and the Arabic students are often confusing his and her, some of the Asian languages. And that can be kind of tricky. We have relative clauses, which are also called adjective clauses, like the man who is outside is waiting for you. Or, I saw the girl who lives next door. Or it could be the man whose brother lives here, was a possessive adjective clauses. Those are generally something we work on a lot. And kind of unique to, in some ways possibly unique to different languages like English, but probably something very different than what they do in their language. That's kind of the point, is all these things like negation, question formation, adjective clauses, when you learn them in English, it's not like you can translate the grammar, the structure, like right from the first language into English. Arabic speakers tend to, and this is in the book, they tend to say, the man, he is outside, is waiting for you. Or I called the boy or the man, he is my brother, is next door. Instead of saying like the man who is my brother. And kind of keeping that pronoun in there. Also, in terms of verb tenses, obviously, every language is going to have a very different way. We have 12 verb tenses in English, and we've got the hardest one. One of the hard ones is the present perfect, like I have seen that movie, or have you visited that country? So that present perfect versus the simple past can be new for a lot of foreign students, and they don't understand the difference between did you see that movie and have you seen that movie? So we spend a lot of time explaining the perfect tenses, present or past perfect or future, but otherwise, and then you've got like Chinese that doesn't seem to have verb tenses. They would say today I eat, yesterday I eat, tomorrow I eat. So you have languages that really don't even have, you might say, verb tenses. and that can be complex as well.